Hello, everyone. As I mentioned before, to anyone who thinks Trump is running the show, he is not. Yet again, what does this look like to you? Putin wants to meet. Putin told him he's interested. Think. The whole have my people call your people thing. Trump is not controlling this situation. Basically, yesterday, Trump said that a meeting is being arranged. And of course, the question is, are we going to do that thing again where we're going to talk about Ukraine without Ukraine involved? Because you would think if you were trying to negotiate a peace between two countries, one of which invaded the other, you'd want both of them present, right? No. So, yes, the one thing I do agree with him is that the war is a bloody mess. But I don't for 1 second believe that he understands the complexity, what happened, the history of the region, anything. He just wants another feather in his cap. He just wants to say, ooh, see, I finished the war in Ukraine. He doesn't care about Ukraine. He only cares about his resume. Now, this is hilarious. So Russia says they're open to the dialogue, and Kremlin's spokesman, Peskov, another Putin's poodle, said that there are no conditions whatsoever for this meeting. No conditions, right? Except a complete surrender of Ukraine. This is from The Atlantic. I usually don't use them. They're a bit biased. But I found this interesting as an opinion piece. And this is something that has been brought up by various historians, political scientists, analysts, through the course of this conversation, through the course of Trump's making claims that he could end this in 24 hours if he wanted to. So, we once again must look at the history. And like it or not, Russia is direct heir to the throne of the Soviet Union. Everything indicates this. The reestablishment of the kind of a Soviet state in there, combined with the rampant religious fanaticism. That's something we didn't actually have in the Soviet Union. But hey, why not throw that in for good measure? The way Russia just kind of slid into the Soviet seat, not only in the UN, but on the Security Council, that is something people actually have to apply for, but they just kind of walked in and sat down and nobody said anything. So, make no mistake, Russia is basically like a territorially reduced version of the Soviet Union, and that territorially reduced part is something they do not like. Not only that, they don't just want back what was once Soviet, they want back the entirety of Russian Empire, which includes other countries. Some of them are the members of NATO. So, historically, U.S. considered itself to be the enemy of the Soviet Union, the counterweight, the other superpower. In light of that, any concessions to Russia in Ukraine will basically destroy the image of the U.S. as the leader of the free world, the protector, and the counterbalancing power to Russia's dictatorship and autocracy. It's as simple as that. What does that mean? combined with the threats that Trump had issued to other countries that happen to be U.S. allies, this means isolation. You want to know what that means, Americans? Because you think, hey, who the fuck cares about Ukraine? Fine, you don't care about Ukraine. You will care about this. Look at what happened to the United Kingdom after Brexit. We're talking sanctions. We're talking tariffs. We are talking basically some businesses being unable to function because they're no longer able to contact their foreign partners. They're no longer able to bring things in and send things out. And guess who is going to pay for all of that? You! You are going to pay for this. You already got doped by, Trump's promises of tariffs and that somehow being not your problem. It is your problem. And if U.S. isolates itself, as Russia did, politically and economically, you will be paying the price. And that is why you should care if you want to be selfish about it. And we talked about this yesterday. It's funny how the timeline had suddenly changed. We already talked about the fact that Kellogg was going to go to Ukraine just like right after the election, almost right after the election, the moment Trump appointed him the ambassador. But he decided not to. They were talking about 24 hours. Now they're talking 6 months. And once again, and look at that second paragraph, talking about the European officials and their opinion. They're still not seeing any specific plan. War is a serious matter. Peace is a serious matter. Especially peace following something as horrific as this war has been. So you would think, when you're claiming that you are the only person, the savior, who's going to end it, you kind of have an idea how you're going to do that. You have an outline. You have specific points. You have negotiation strategy. No. Here's the concept of an idea. We've talked many times about the use of drones. This article here in Kyiv Post talks about a very unique use of drones. So we know of the use of drones on a very large scale. So there's mass drone attacks. There's fake drones to confuse and exhaust your enemies' air defenses. This is different. This is drone sniper work, for lack of a better term. These are highly trained, extremely skilled drone operators whose purpose is to hunt Russian soldiers. It is apparently a trend, and I didn't know this is new to me, that Russian infantry likes to do its forays into Ukrainian territory when the weather is bad. Understandable. Snow, fog, sleet, rain, all of that stuff makes drone work complicated. So these guys operate drones close to the ground and basically take out Russian soldiers one by one using inexpensive drones. This takes a lot of discipline, a lot of training, a lot of precision, a lot of split-second thinking, and good on them. And no, I don't think this is wrong. If Russian soldiers don't like it, they can turn around and go home. And then we're back on, to the larger use of drones. Ukraine continues to strike Russia's military objects. There's been multiple drone strikes delivered successfully, both to the border regions such as Rostov, Kursk, Voronezh, Bryansk, Belgorod, and there were some that went farther in, like the one that hit the big base, another big oil depot in the St. Petersburg region. No matter what kind of agreement Trump comes to with Putin, Ukraine will not give up. It will bleed, it will be wounded, but it will continue to fight. Slava Ukraini!